Graphing linear inequalities. This is hopefully fairly simple. I will say this about this lesson. Ow. Sides. Straight in the kneecap. Anyways, that's all recorded too. That'll be good to go back and listen to. Eventually, we're going to get to problems that have a lot of graphing going on. Okay, so I know this will seem easy to some of you, but please pay attention to the little things about this lesson because I don't want to have to keep reminding and keep asking later on. All right, so even though they seem little here, later lessons will become bigger. It'll become a bigger deal. All right, so just be aware of that fact. Okay, here we go. I got to hit a button. There we go. A linear inequality. It resembles a linear equation, but with an inequality symbol instead of an equal symbol. Okay. Hopefully that's not shocking news to anybody really. So here we have a graph because these are going to be graphed. Okay. This is our first graphing lesson of the year. All right. So let's take for example y equals negative 3x minus 2. All right. Let's refresh. How do you go about graphing y equals negative 3x minus 2? Megan McKenzie. Very good.
From there, you go down negative 3.
Down 3.
And then right.
Good girl. You know what she didn't say?
Negative.
No. Over. Don't say over because you don't go over. You go left or right. Okay? Down 3, right 1. You could also move how?
Up 3 and left 1.
Up 3, left 1. Okay? There was either one you could do. All right? And it'll look like that. Madison. Oh, sorry, my dear. Okay, so that's how you graph these lines. Now, that line is what we're going to call our boundary line. Okay, with each one of these problems, hopefully we've all done this before also, just saying. Okay, you're going to have what's called the boundary line. It's going to split your graph into 2. Now, one of the little things I want you guys to pay attention to, because I kind of saw this in honors today, make your lines long enough so they go across your graph, okay? I don't want to see any little mini lines, okay? I don't want to see, line like that long. And then it'd be like that, and it's like halfway across the graph. Don't do that.
Pretty straight.
Okay, it's pretty, I nailed it, I know. Pretty good. We'll just wait, they'll suck later, okay? So make sure you guys have long enough straight edges, whatever you use, IDs, driver's license, your bank cards. Please don't use your bank cards. Old gift cards, stuff like that. Okay, they make great straight edges for these graphs because they cover them like up, and you can just go whoop, and they're done. Do you want to have your banking number sitting around while other people?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to know the security code.
I mean, there's no money in my account.
Yeah, I was saying it doesn't matter for me. I got no money, so whatever. Now for these though, we're going to remember shade aside. Okay, we're going to have test values and shade one side or the other. All right, so the side that pops up shaded in this example is y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 2. All right, so you graph the line just like it was the equation, but then the inequality becomes the shading part to the problem.
Oh, so only when it's inequality.
Correct. Okay, next slide. Now, when we did these with just the equations, when we had less than or greater than on your quiz, it was what kind of circle? Open circles.
Yeah.
Here, you're doing dash lines. And then your equal to's are still solid lines. Okay? So open circle, dash lines, closed circle, solid lines. Okay? Everybody on the same page? Sweet, let's try one. So, we have y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 2. So we're going to start at 2 on the y-axis, right there. Let's get a different color, something we can see. Nice and bold and red. There we are. Okay, with this one, how are we going to move? Down 2, right 3, or we can move up to left 3. Okay. Now remember this, maybe I didn't mention this yet, haven't mentioned this yet. This negative fraction means the whole fraction is negative, but remember, it doesn't mean that both the 2 and the 3 are negative. Okay, because negative over negative makes a Positive. All right. So as long as you move in the negative direction one time with a negative number, you're good. Okay. The other way you can test it is from left to right. If you have a negative slope, your line should be moving how?
If you have negative slope?
If you have a negative slope from left to right, your line should be moving
Down.
downhill. Yep. Okay. Downhill. Right.
Do we have to graph both ways, or you just example?
Just example. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one we're going to finish up here. All right. What type of line here?
Oh, dash.
Dashed open. Yeah, I hope this is the right option. Nope, I picked the solid one. Crap. Okay, dash is first. Mental notes.
Solid one.
Okay. You can do it one of two ways. I mean, obviously, I have my cute little app where I can make a nice dash line. Some people make it solid, then erase it. Some people can just do it dash real nice down your straight edge. Whichever one you do is fine. Just make sure you erase it first. Okay, before you go shading. Okay. Any questions on the graphing of the line itself?
Erase the line before you shade.
Like do the like if you're gonna
Do the dotting.
yeah. Did I say erase the whole line before you? My bad. You know y'all know what I meant. Okay. All right. Now there's one last step to this process, and that's figuring out which side of the graph to shade. Okay, and there's one. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a not a quadrant. You're going to pick a point.
Yeah.
Which point should you pick?
Pick 3.
No.
2.
No.
1.
No.
How come?
Because you're not telling me points. You're just telling me numbers.
Oh, let's do 0. Let's do 0, -3.
Make it easier.
0, 1.
Easier.
0, 0.
0, 0. Now we're on it. There you go. 0, 0. Pick 0, 0. Okay. Unless
It goes on 0.
it goes through 0, 0. Okay. That's the only. You can pick. You guys are saying points. You know. You can pick whatever point you want to test, as long as the line does not go through that point. That's your only restriction. Okay. As long as the line doesn't go through that point, you can pick whatever you want. I pick 0, 0 because it's the easiest numbers to work with. All right. So you plug in 0 for y. You plug in 0 for x. Okay, which gives you 0 is less than 2.
Which is true.
Which is true.
So you shade everything to the bottom.
So you shade the side that 0, 0 is on.
Yep.
Which is down here.
Take it.
Alright, so got to get it to y equals mx plus b mode, right?
Yes.
Okay, so first step in that is going to be subtract x, right? I'm going to go up here top left. Or top right, sorry. So you get 4y greater than negative x plus 2. Divide everything by 4.
Right.
Y is greater than negative 1/4 x plus 1/2. Okay? Now, I put this on here for one reason and one reason only, to show it to you. Okay? It won't come up a whole lot, especially in the worksheets on the quizzes, because to be quite honest, the worksheet generator doesn't do it. Okay? The book does on the occasion. Alright? So, I want to put it in here, I want to show you guys. The y-intercept is what? Try again.
Negative 1/12 and 1 right.
1/2.
Or negative, or 1/2.
1/2, there you go. Okay? That's between 0 and 1, right there, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, as long as you know that point, you can just move accordingly. So we're going to move down 1, right 4. So down 1 from 1/2 is at negative 1/2, so that's like right there. And then you go to the right
Put it on the
4.
4.
So right there, like someone said, right on the 4. Or you go up 1 to 1/2, and then you go left 4. See, as long as that y-intercept typically is either a whole number or a half, y'all can handle it. Okay? The fourths, the thirds, the sixths, those are ugly. You won't see those, but halves, possibly. Okay, Megan?
Wait, why don't we go like over one, like so go right one and not 2? Can we do that too?
You're using the y-intercept as your slope. Make sure you use your slope.
Right.
So you want to go down 1, right 4, because that's your slope. Okay? What type of line?
Dotted.
Dotted, good. Still pretty good. Okay. Now, since our y-intercept is 1/2 here, can we still use 0, 0?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, where do you go with that then? Where do you plug in 0, 0 at?
Y next.
For y and x, but which one? This one here? This one here?
No, your new one.
Into your
The new one. Yes.
so
No.
there's a
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
It would be the same.
No.
There we go. It's the same. Doesn't matter.
Huh.
Okay? Doesn't matter. It's the same numbers, just different look. Okay? You don't change the numbers, you just change the way it looks. Okay? It's like getting a haircut.
All right.
Alright. So you can plug it into whatever. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. No, I like it over here, just because it's easier to think about. You know, because you have the left side being 0 plus 4 times 0, which is
And it's false.
0 greater than 2, which is false. All right, lies.
Fixate down.
So your point was 0, 0. You plugged it in, it was false,
They're trading up.
which means this whole side is false, which means this side is
True.
true.
So you shade the truth.
So say the truth. You don't need to go super crazy with your shading, folks. Don't wear a hole in your papers. Okay, just enough so I can see it.
Wait for it. Boom! Yes. Hit it right.
Got it.
I'm not.
Yeah, I did.
I'm on it.
Now, see this right here?
Yes.
See-
That
see
makes
this?
the sign.
See this right here?
Yeah.
That holds true here too. Okay, that still holds true down here. All right. So
question.
yes, Stone.
On
Shh.
this one, since you flip the sign, it still works on either problem if you put 0 on the original or the new one.
Correct. Yes, that's exactly right. As long as you flip the sign, it doesn't matter whether you plug 0, 0 in here or down here at the sign flipped. It'll still give you true inequalities either way. Whenever it's not going to be is whenever this one is not switched. Okay?
All right.
So that's when you will get a false true statement. Make sense? Okay? That was kind of poorly worded, but you have to be sure you switch that sign, okay? Everybody good on that? David?
I get all that. That's fine, but what you do is, wouldn't the final thing be 0 is less than or equal to -2? Like, why is it 0?
Well, I went back up here.
Oh,
So if you're exactly right. If 0 is less than or equal to -2, that's fine. 0 is bigger than or equal to 4 up here, that's fine. Okay? Everybody good? Cool. Worksheet for homework tonight, okay?